if you have 6 figures of student loan debt, do you need to be spending $30 on birthday? And some would say no. and it's a tough one. It really is. We'll stuff some cash envelopes for this week, but first, let's do the budget. We're budgeting for the November 18th through November 24th using the paycheck from my husband's second job, which was $866.56. We had $11 even in rollover. So our total income for this week is $877.56. Let's go through our expenses. We have the typical giving. Next, we are going to go through groceries for the week. $160. Our groceries include household items as well. So toilet paper, toothpaste, laundry soap, dish liquid, all of that we use out of this envelope. Next up is gas. We do have 2 vehicles and it's the week of Thanksgiving. So we are going to be traveling to see family. So we are putting $90 towards gas. $20 for the work vehicle that my husband takes to work and $70 for the other vehicle that we'll be using. Hopefully that will last us through. We'll find out. We have a medical bill that we need to take care of from October. It just came in the mail. It was $30. This was different than the urgent care visit. This was actually a doctor's visit. The next 2 items on this week's budget, I'm really a little uncertain about. I mean, I feel like it's extra spending, especially since we're on a debt-free journey. And it is extra spending, but it is something that I'm going to go ahead and put in there because I know we're going to spend it. So that's the thing about budgeting too, is you have to really be honest with yourself. And so my husband's birthday is coming up this week and my children are going to want to give him gifts. And so we're not breaking the bank. At least I hope not. It's $30. Now granted, some would say if you have 6 figures of student loan debt, do you need to be spending $30 on birthday? And some would say no. and it's a tough one. It really is. My children are of the age to where they know, so it's a little hard to explain to them, no, we're not getting him a gift because we're in debt. So $30 should be enough for the 2 of them to get him something, and we may make a birthday treat for him. So that's that. To be real honest and transparent, I'm hoping that we don't spend all that. I'm hoping we can spend less than that and some more can go towards debt, because you'll see later on how much we're putting to debt this pay period, and I wish it was more. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in there, and that's what that is. The second thing that I'm a little uncertain about is children's. We're doing $30 there too. That is for clothes. Once again, still trying to find boots and long pants and long shirts and jackets and all these things for the cold weather. We still need to be able to do that. Last week's trip was not as successful as I hoped, and it just takes time, takes money. So we are putting $30. Just go ahead and add it to that. We still have Google storage that has yet to come out, and so we're still having to put that on the budget. I want it in there so that when it comes out automatically, it's not messing up the whole budget. I have it in there because I know eventually it will come out. Also, we are low income earners, so we have to do a paycheck budget instead of by the month, because our paychecks are not big enough to cover all of our expenses. Our biggest expense is rent. And I hate to say it, but one paycheck will not cover our rent. So we have to put a little bit of money aside. If you're a low income earner, you totally get that. You actually have to take some money from the times when you aren't needing it and set it aside for rent. So we are putting some money aside for December rent right now. We are going to put it over $370. We're putting that over into another account so that when it comes time, December 1st, for rent to be due, it's already accumulating. The last two items that we need to account for are what I call account buffers, just to make sure our account isn't at zero, and to make sure if some math is wrong somewhere or there are some hidden fees or something that's coming out, it can come out without overdrafting our account, which has happened in the past. Total expenses for this week, $820.99. That leaves $56.57 that is left because we were doing a zero-based budget. So our income minus our expenses still leaves us $56.57. That money is going towards debt. And then we'll have a zero-based budget. My hope was to send $1,000 towards debt this month. At this point, including the 56, we're about at $622. We'll see if we get there. It may not happen, but we're going to keep at it. Now let's go and stuff our cash envelopes for the week. So I'm using this old throwback of the Financial Peace University cash envelope system. We had it, never used it, so we're using it now. First up, we have our envelope for groceries, and we budgeted $160 for this week. So we're going to go ahead and stuff that envelope right now. There's just a bunch of envelopes, or there's a bunch of receipts in here from, I'll save them for Fetch so that I can get some reward points and get some cash back and use it for other things. If you are not familiar with Fetch rewards, I'll post my link down below and you can get some free points and get some free cash too. So $160, 20, 40, 60, 80, 120, 140, 160. All right, let me just make sure I did it right. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 140, 160. That should last us for the week. Next up, we have gas. Like I said, we have two vehicles. We have the van and then the SUV. We're putting $20 in the van because my husband's only working 2 days this week and shouldn't need that much. Hopefully he won't. And then the SUV is probably what we're taking to do some Thanksgiving traveling. So I'm putting $70 in there. Let's see. 20, 40, 60, and a 10 for 70. This has some old receipts in there too. I can scan those too. Fetch. Next up, we have our children's fund. I just started this envelope because I realized it's needed. My children are just, that has to be expense. I can't really skimp out too much on that. So we're putting $30 in there for now. It'd be great if I can find my daughter some boots since it's getting cooler out and my little boy needs another jacket. So hopefully I can find them used and then it won't be so much, like I can really stretch this money, but we'll see what we can do. 30 bucks in there. And then the last envelope that we're stuffing, I'm calling it, oh, I put it in the wrong envelope. So $30 going into children's. And then the last envelope that we're stuffing, I'm calling it gifts. Like I mentioned, in the budget with me portion. We're putting $30 in there. Like I said, I hope, like, my goal is not to use all this money, but we're going to go ahead and put it in there. And that's it for this week. See you next week.